Here are 8 must-read books for INTP personality types. Number 1. The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli. The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli is a book that explores the common cognitive biases that affect human thinking and decision-making. As an INTP, you may find this book particularly interesting, as it can help you develop your critical thinking skills and avoid common errors in judgment. The book is structured around 99 short chapters, each focusing on a different cognitive bias or fallacy. Some examples include the confirmation bias, the sunk cost fallacy, and the narrative fallacy. INTPs, who tend to be highly analytical and logical, may find the book's systematic approach to exploring these biases appealing. The book also provides practical tips and strategies for avoiding these biases and making better decisions. For example, the chapter on the overconfidence effect suggests that individuals can mitigate this bias by seeking out the opinions of others and being open to feedback. INTPs who tend to be independent thinkers may find these strategies useful for expanding their perspectives and improving their decision-making. Overall, The Art of Thinking Clearly is a valuable resource for INTPs looking to enhance their critical thinking skills and improve their ability to make sound decisions. Number 2. The Demon-Haunted World: Science as a Candle in the Dark by Carl Sagan. The Demon-Haunted World: Science as a Candle in the Dark by Carl Sagan is a book that promotes the use of critical thinking and scientific inquiry to combat superstition and pseudoscience. As an INTP, you may find this book particularly interesting as it emphasizes the importance of rational thinking and empirical evidence. Sagan's book argues that in a world where superstition and pseudoscience are still prevalent, scientific thinking is more important than ever. He argues that our ability to think critically and approach problems with a scientific mindset is essential if we are to solve some of the biggest challenges facing our society. Sagan encourages readers to question everything and to be skeptical of claims that are not supported by evidence. He argues that we must be open to the possibility that we may be wrong, and that we must always be willing to revise our beliefs in light of new evidence. As an INTP, you are likely already highly analytical and interested in scientific inquiry. This book can help you further develop your critical thinking skills and reinforce the importance of using evidence-based reasoning. It is a thought-provoking read that can inspire you to question the world around you and to approach problems with a rational, scientific mindset. Number 3. The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins is a book that explores the theory of evolution through the lens of genetics. As an INTP, you may find this book particularly interesting as it provides a scientific explanation for many of the traits and behaviors that we observe in the natural world. The book argues that genes are the fundamental units of inheritance and that natural selection operates at the level of the gene rather than the individual organism. Dawkins argues that genes are selfish in the sense that they are programmed to ensure their own survival and replication, rather than the survival of the organism or the species as a whole. As an INTP, you are likely interested in understanding the underlying mechanisms and causes of complex phenomena. The Selfish Gene can provide you with a fascinating perspective on the workings of the natural world and how genetic information is passed down from generation to generation. The book is written in an accessible and engaging style with plenty of real-world examples and anecdotes to illustrate its concepts. It is a thought-provoking and intellectually stimulating read that can help you deepen your understanding of evolution and genetics. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut is a novel that explores the absurdity of war, the nature of time, and the meaning of human existence. As an INTP, you may find the book particularly interesting because it challenges your thinking and presents complex ideas in a unique and thought-provoking way. The book tells the story of Billy Pilgrim, a World War II soldier who becomes unstuck in time and travels back and forth through different moments in his life. The non-linear structure of the book, which jumps between different moments in time and alternate realities, can be challenging, but also rewarding for an INTP who enjoys solving intellectual puzzles. The novel also explores existential themes such as the inevitability of death and the futility of war. As an INTP, you may appreciate the way that Vonnegut uses humor and satire to confront these difficult ideas and challenge conventional thinking. Additionally, Slaughterhouse-Five addresses the concept of free will and whether humans have the power to change their fate. As an INTP, you may be interested in this philosophical concept and the way that the novel explores it. Overall, Slaughterhouse-Five is a challenging but rewarding read for an INTP who enjoys exploring complex ideas and being challenged by non-traditional narrative structures. The novel's blend of humor, philosophy, and science fiction elements make it a unique and thought-provoking work that may appeal to your intellectual curiosity. Number 5. The Structure of Scientific Revolutions by Thomas Kuhn. The Structure of Scientific Revolutions by Thomas Kuhn is a book that examines how scientific knowledge evolves over time, particularly through the process of paradigm shifts. As an INTP, you may find this book particularly interesting as it offers insights into how scientific theories and ideas are developed and how they can be challenged and overturned. The book argues that scientific knowledge does not progress in a linear, cumulative fashion, but rather through a series of revolutions that fundamentally change the way we understand the world. Kuhn contends that scientific revolutions occur when the dominant paradigm or set of assumptions that underlie scientific research is challenged by new evidence or a new way of thinking. This leads to a shift in the way that scientists approach problems and seek to understand the world. As an INTP, you are likely interested in understanding the underlying structures and systems that govern the world around us. The Structure of Scientific Revolutions can provide you with a fascinating perspective on how scientific knowledge is constructed and how it evolves over time. The book is written in a clear and engaging style, and its ideas have been influential not only in the field of science but also in fields such as philosophy and sociology. It is a thought-provoking read that can help you deepen your understanding of how scientific knowledge is developed and how it shapes our understanding of the world. Number 6. The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco is a historical mystery novel that explores themes of logic, reason, and knowledge. As an INTP, you may find the novel particularly intriguing because it presents complex intellectual ideas in a thrilling and engaging way. The novel follows the story of a Franciscan friar named William of Baskerville, who is called upon to investigate a series of murders at a monastery in Italy during the 14th century. The novel's intricate plot, which blends historical fiction, philosophy, and theology, can be challenging but also rewarding for an INTP who enjoys delving into complex and diverse subject matter. Throughout the novel, William of Baskerville uses his intellect and reasoning skills to solve the mystery of the murders, and as an INTP, you may appreciate the way that the novel celebrates the power of logic and reason in solving complex problems. The Name of the Rose also explores the role of knowledge and its impact on society. As an INTP, you may be interested in the way that the novel explores the tension between the pursuit of knowledge and the desire for power and the impact that this tension has on society. Overall, The Name of the Rose is a challenging and engaging read for an INTP who enjoys exploring complex ideas and subject matter through the lens of a historical mystery novel. The novel's celebration of the power of intellect and reasoning, as well as its exploration of the role of knowledge in society, make it a thought-provoking and rewarding read for an INTP. Number 7. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams is a science fiction comedy that explores themes of absurdity, philosophy, and the meaning of life. As an INTP, you may find the novel particularly appealing because of its clever humor and its use of satire to explore complex philosophical ideas. The novel follows the story of Arthur Dent, a hapless human who was saved from the destruction of Earth by an alien named Fort Prefect. Together, they embark on a wild journey across the universe, encountering strange beings and experiencing bizarre adventures along the way. As an INTP, you may appreciate the way that the novel uses humor and satire to explore philosophical ideas. The novel is filled with witty observations about the absurdity of life, the search for meaning, and the nature of existence. Adams often uses his characters' reactions to the bizarre and absurd situations they find themselves in to comment on the human condition. In addition to its philosophical musings, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is also a celebration of science and technology. The novel features a wide array of futuristic gadgets and concepts and often uses them as a source of humor and satire. Overall, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a fun and thought-provoking read for an INTP who enjoys exploring complex ideas through humor and satire. The novel's clever observations about the human condition, its celebration of science and technology, and its wacky and absurd sense of humor make it a classic work of science fiction comedy. Number 8. The Trial by Franz Kafka. The Trial by Franz Kafka is a novel that explores the themes of bureaucracy, power, and the nature of justice. As an INTP, you may find the novel particularly intriguing because of its examination of the flaws and absurdities of the legal system. The novel follows the story of Joseph K., a bank employee who was suddenly arrested and put on trial for an unspecified crime. Despite his attempts to prove his innocence, Kay is sucked into a labyrinthine legal process that seems designed to keep him trapped and powerless. Throughout the novel, Kay struggles to understand the nature of his crime, the motives of his accusers, and the reasons why the legal system seems so impenetrable and corrupt. As an INTP, you may appreciate the way that The Trial uses allegory and surrealism to explore complex philosophical ideas. The novel is filled with dreamlike sequences, mysterious characters, and symbolic imagery that seem designed to challenge the reader's assumptions and perceptions. The novel's portrayal of the legal system as a Byzantine maze of rules and regulations may resonate with INTPs who are skeptical of hierarchical organizations and suspicious of authority. Overall, The Trial is a challenging and thought-provoking read for an INTP who enjoys exploring complex ideas through allegory and surrealism. The novel's examination of the flaws and absurdities of the legal system, its critique of bureaucracy and power, and its use of surrealism and symbolism make it a classic work of literature that continues to resonate with readers today. These videos will be really helpful for you.